Godfather, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
You can act like a man! What's the matter with you?
This is probably many people's worst nightmare when it comes to going into business for themselves. What happens if you run out of money? Well, I'm here to tell you, if you're going into business for yourself, it is going to happen at some point. It's not a matter of if, but when. With that being said, what separates the successful from the unsuccessful is if you have a plan for if it starts to happen. If you're wondering what am I talking about, then stay tuned because we're about to get into it. What's up, y'all? This is Elijah with the Side Hustler Society, and we have another video for the Self-Made Business Academy. Here we talk about different ways of making money via side hustle, but the Self-Made Business Academy is to help people who are one-person business or who are self-employed achieve their maximum potential as an entrepreneur. In this video, we're going to be talking about exactly what should you do if you start to run out of money. Many people fear this because they simply don't have a plan and their mind starts going into all kinds of places it doesn't need to be. But when it comes to business, you just need to have a plan for everything, because this is probably going to happen at some point. You need to be comfortable with it, but the only way you can be comfortable with it is to make a plan, which is what we're going to be talking about now. First off, what we want to cover is there are actually two versions of this problem. One is when you don't have enough cash flow, and the other is you have the opportunity to expand and increase your cash flow, but you don't have the money to do so, but you really need to act now because this opportunity is limited. We're going to be talking about the first one in this video, and we'll cover scenario 2 in another video. So what do you do if you're starting to run out of money from a cash flow perspective? Let's say business is just simply slow. We're going to talk about the 3 things that you should be doing to turn the ship around and start making money and increasing your cash flow again so you can get out of this sinking boat. But before we get into the tips, I should point out that if you've been running your business correctly, you should see this a few months in advance. You'll see that your cash flow is declining. You're not going to be able to pay your expenses soon, business and personal, which means you might not be able to pay your rent soon. There's a foreshadow if you've been just running your business like you should, usually within 3 to 6 months, maybe 2 months at the minimum. If something stumbles across you, minus some family emergency you had to pay for, like some literal kind of emergency, you should be getting a heads up. So with you getting a heads up, doing these 3 steps will help turn the boat around. But they'll also apply if you just find yourself in an emergency and you need to increase the cash flow. So the first tip you want to do is to actually take a look at all your expenses, both business and personal, because I'm talking to a lot of people who are a one-person business, so they may be a freelancer accountant or video editor or something like that. So that means that your personal expenses probably play a bigger role than like a bigger type business, but put both on a spreadsheet and start to chip away at the non-essential items. What I mean by chip away is there are subscriptions that you probably have that you don't really need, but you would just have them because they're more of a luxury. You need to get rid of those. A good personal expense I could think of is actually a gym membership. For me, I have the perfect push-up handles. One is up here in my bookcase as a display because I'm passionate about fitness, but that's a good example. I also have the Insanity workout by Shaun T and the P90X workout, as well as dumbbells at home. With that being said, I like having access to a gym because it gives the opportunity to meet people, and it has plenty of machinery just to get more diverse workouts. But based on what I said, is it really mandatory for me to have a gym membership in order for me to stay in shape? No, I can just use the items I told you about to get a workout. So if I was in the hole, a gym membership would have to go until I get out of the hole. Looking on the business expense side, let's say you have a few ad campaigns that are running and you see that some are doing well and some are doing not so well, but you're optimistic about the ones that are not doing well. Well, guess what? You need to suspend the campaigns that aren't doing well because you need that cash flow right now, and it's going to play a role into the second tip. But before we get there, I want to ask y'all to like this video. It's very much appreciated, and subscribe if you're new. Both really help the channel out with satisfying the YouTube algorithm, so I would greatly appreciate it. I also want to say that if you are in business for yourself and you really want to maximize your full potential, click the link that's in the description to get your Financial Anatomy Personality Report. There are 6 types of financial personalities, and by figuring out which one of the 6 you are, you can see what tactics and strategies work for you in business and personal finance. It's free. Just click the link in the description and you can find out which one of the 6 personality types you are below, and you can really start to maximize your revenue and design your business around your strengths and not your weaknesses. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into tip number 2, which is to invest those funds into advertising for your higher margin products or services. So if you've completed step 1 or tip 1, then you should now have a surplus of money on a monthly basis because you're not paying for those unnecessary subscriptions, and you scale back on your spending overall in terms of stuff you don't need. Well, that means that you have additional money, but most people will just take that money and just save it. But the thing is, saving money is not going to get you out of the hole. You need to have the ability to spend that money and have it bring a few of his friends back. That's why you want to invest that money in advertising for your higher margin services or products. I'll give you a great example. A high margin service that I offer is consultations for small businesses and freelancers. I charge $175 per hour of my time. So if I was in the crunch, that would be something that I would be advertising to get more clients in, because each consultation has a very low overhead, low expense, and it puts cash flow into my pocket. That will help me get out of the hole. Get what I'm saying? Now you might be wondering exactly where do I spend this advertising money on? That depends on your business type, but I will give a few examples for the scenario that I just talked about. And the same really applies for video editing, since it's a high margin service for me. I could advertise on podcasts. I could advertise on Facebook. I could do YouTube ads, but some of y'all have actually seen YouTube ads on this channel for my book, The Anatomy of Financial Success. These are just a few examples, but if you are confused, just Google what is some good ad spend for such and such. So if you have a landscaping business, Google good ad spend for landscapers. If you're a graphic designer, Google good ad spend for graphic designers. You'll start to get some ideas, and you need to do some experimentation. Of course, if you're completely lost on where to spend this money, this is where we get into tip number 3, which is to invest those funds in a consultation or mentor in your field. So if you're an accountant, you want to consult with an experienced accountant in terms of running an accounting business, and ask the questions you need to ask to get the answers you need on where to spend that money you've diverted to advertising for your services. Keep in mind that who you consult with needs to be an expert in their field, and they need to have been self-employed for, I would say, at the very minimum 5 years, and have experience with advertising. That way they can give you the system foundation on where to spend your ad money, and they could probably help you put an ad campaign together. Keep in mind that obviously this is going to cost money, but you have a budget surplus now since you've taken care of unnecessary subscriptions and just kind of skim the fat on your budget overall. This is where you can pay for someone like that. It's very critical to do so. I will continue to spend money with this person until you start to get out of the hole, or until you have a laid out system down and you start spending money on ad spend and you start getting results, getting more bookings, getting more sales, and the cash flow starts to trickle back in. Now, the biggest question you're probably thinking is, where do I find these people? You're gonna have to search. One way you can start is just Googling consultations for accountants, consultations for video editors. I'm just giving a good example, but you'll fill in the blank with your trader skill. Another way is to go to places where these people would hang out, like let's say business conferences, business networking events. Search Meetup and search Eventbrite for events in your field, and just go around and talk to people. And when you find someone that you can tell that they really have the stuff locked down, offer to take them to lunch, or just say, look, I gotta be honest with you, I'm in the hole and I really need help getting out of it. Can I ask you for an hour of your time? How much do you charge for a consultation? I would say that because you got to make it known that you're in the hole, you need help, and you're willing to pay to get out of it. Usually when you add those 3 ingredients, someone will give you a rate, and they may even work with you with it. But the important thing is that you let them know that you're willing to pay, so you don't come off as wasting their time or just asking for something with nothing in return. So if you do those 3 things within the next few months, things will start to turn around for your business, and you'll have an established system in place to implement if you find yourself in the hole again. That does it for this video. Thumbs up on the video, very much appreciated. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. And if you have another topic that y'all want me to cover in terms of content for people who are a one-person business, feel free to put them in the comment section below. I'll catch you on the next video. Of course, don't forget to subscribe if you're new, and head to the link below to get your free Financial Anatomy Personality Report. See you in the next video.